Welcome to our week 5 wrap-up. This week found us adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing polynomials and using the FOIL method. And most of you are familiar with the FOIL method, but what sometimes trips us up is when we have to do simplifying or maybe dividing when you have, let's say, two terms in the numerator and maybe a monomial in the denominator. So let's take a look at one of those problems. Let's say I have and this problem came from the online quiz 5 review. Let's say I have 6x plus 12 in the numerator, and I want to divide by negative 6x. Now this is one fraction. We have a numerator and a denominator, but it could be written as two separate fractions as well, right? In other words, I could rewrite this as 6x over negative 6x plus 12 over negative 6x, right? Because remember, you can add fractions if their denominators are the same. So if I wanted to, I could add these two fractions and go back to the original. But I broke these apart in order to show you what happens step by step. If you take 6x and divide by negative 6x, that's going to leave you negative 1, right? How did I get that? Well, the 6x's will cancel, and of course you have an understood 1 up here. So negative 1, and then negative 6 goes into positive 12, negative 2 times, right? So that's going to leave you with a minus 2 over x. So this would be the solution if you were to follow the directions. And the directions said this: divide the polynomial by the monomial denominator by writing the fraction as the sum or difference of fractions. So I wrote it as a difference of fractions. Okay, let's take a look at one more. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. Suppose you have a trinomial, negative 4x squared plus 3x plus 4, and we want to subtract x squared minus 6. Some textbooks tell us, well, if you don't like the subtraction, you can actually change it to addition. But you need to be careful if you make that change. In other words, I could change this minus to a plus, but then I would have to go inside the parentheses and change every sign inside. So this x squared would become minus x squared, and this negative 6 would become a positive. Okay. So let's keep up with that change, right, as we do the final analysis here. So that's going to give me negative 4x squared minus another 1x squared, which is negative 5x squared. And I don't have any other term that just has an x in it, right? So that's going to be brought down, plus 3x. And then finally, I've got positive 4 plus 6, right? So 4 plus 6 would give you 10. And this is the answer. I hope this helps.